I made this for you.
Alright, so the order was ready. I'm in the car now. Alright, so it wasn't too bad. We got lucky. Like, the number one thing that I hate to see while driving, I'll tell you, like, the number one thing I hate to see, you can see there, 3.5. Alright, so we made it back to town, currently sitting at a red light.
Need you in my life, Jesus. I can't live without you, Jesus.
That's right.
Hey, alright everybody, we're back. Welcome to another Florida Swamp Monkey video. This is episode 28 of the Chronicles. Alright, thank y'all for tuning in. If you're tuning in for the first time, please subscribe. Currently already live on the app, logged in about all of 3 minutes ago. Already got an order. They want me to run over to Subway, grab that. It's a 5.6 mile for $6. I went ahead and took it, just because the odds of me clocking in at the same time as the order popping in, and I'm out here in the small town, so might not get a whole lot of orders today, but I am trying, you know what I mean? So I figured, we'll start with $5-6. It's not a bad way to start, I already got the car running. Like I said, welcome to the show. I'm gonna go ahead and throw her in reverse and we'll get on our way. Alright, so we got the Subway loaded up and we gotta bring it down south. So we're gonna head down south now, boy. You shouldn't have done that, you get the boy. Subway dropped off. I am currently in like what's like my plan B neighborhood. If I can't get into that one neighborhood, then this would be like the second choice to get in a place, getting a place or a piece of property that's somewhere out here. But yeah, as I was driving around out here making that delivery, I came across this plot of land. Where was it at? No, it's the next street up. No, it was back there. Why did this? Okay. So there was like a signal blocker or something. That was weird. But anyway, hang on, I'm gonna loop back around. See if I can edit some of this out. Alright, but anyway, the lot I was talking about, it was like right up here. Hang on, I gotta flip the camera around. It's right up here on the left. But yeah, look, it's like that already exists. Somebody that's just got a little camper parked under a little carport. He's got a sign that says no trespassing. He left a lot of the trees. He didn't even like build a driveway, so he didn't even have to get a permit to break ground for a driveway, which is kind of cool. But it's just crazy to me because like it already exists in both neighborhoods. You know what I mean? What I was planning on doing already exists in both neighborhoods. So that's cool. You know what I mean? Like, that's, you know, I ought to be able to do it myself if somebody is already doing it, or at least be able to get them in trouble if I get in trouble, you know what I mean? I don't know. Not that I would really try to do that, but no, I think the way I'm thinking in my head at least is, I don't know, it's at least a feasible idea, you know, something that I could do. Because look, I mean, here, this is the land out here. Pretty much the same thing. Just this neighborhood's a little louder, you know what I mean? It's not as quiet as that other neighborhood. That's why I wouldn't want to be out here exactly. You know, just because of the simple fact that I'm gonna be trying to like just live in a van or a small camper, or maybe even a cargo trailer, to make it look like I'm not even actually, you know what I mean? But yeah, like I figure streets that are quieter and there's less going on, it'll be longer before somebody even finds out. You know what I mean? Versus out here where it's like halfway to suburbia, cut out of the woods. But yeah, I don't know. It's just life, you know? But yeah, I mean, look, this is beautiful out here. Even the sky, look, the sky is beautiful today. So yeah, I had to stop for gas, and this is a really slow pump. You can see there, 3.5 and 4 and 4.5, 5, 5.5. I'm not saying it. And 7, a little over 7. Still 26.40 like it was yesterday, or the day before, I don't know. Something. Well, still 26.40 still, not bad. Alright, so we're fueled up. The engine's fired up. I'm on my way back into the small town for another order. We're already at 5. I got a goal of making $100 before Monday, just like any other weekend. Hopefully I make more than that, to be honest with you. But even still, to hit the $100 before Monday, I gotta hit $30 each day. Like I said, today is Friday, and we're looking at noon. So it's noon o'clock, and I'm heading back into the small town for another order. We're already up $6 out of the 30, so I need to make another 24, and then I clock in today at 5 p.m. If I don't make at least another 24, I'll have to go back out, you know, I want to make at least 30 each day, so that way it's not harder on myself the next day to go out and make the 30 again, you know what I mean? Because it's already kind of counting my chickens before they hatch, honestly, you know what I mean? I need to stop doing that. But I figure over the weekend I ought to be able to make like $100, you know, as long as the car stays running, you know, and bearing anything other than a flat tire, we should be good. And then a flat tire, if that does happen, you know, I might be out of a whole day, something like that. But I'm sure I can get my car to where I can get the tire fixed one way or another, you know what I mean? And then just be out the money for the tire. But yeah, either way, hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, all right. Like I said, I'm heading back into the small town now. Wait for another order. I'll catch y'all back up when I get onto that other side of the street. You know what I mean? Other side of the road, highway, whatever, county, whatever. Oh yeah, so yeah, probably some of y'all that noticed certain things like that, you probably saw I just went and got gas, but I didn't get myself something to drink. The reason I did that is because that's the one Circle K that they charge an extra 20 cents. So I just like, I don't know. I was like, I got plenty of water, plenty of bottles of water in the car. So I don't know. Whenever I finish this drink, I'll just have to drink water until I get closer to another Circle K. But anyway, yeah, actually, that's why I didn't go in and get you know, there's no clip of me grabbing a Mountain Dew because of 20 cents. All right. So we made it back to town. Currently sitting at a red light. Picked up another order down at this little bar and grill place that's around the corner, and it was like a $7 4.8 miles. So I took that. We're gonna stack that on top of the other, and what does that put us at? $13 already on the day, and I need to make another 17 before I go to work, and it's 12:16. I'm on the way to the restaurant now. All right, so we got here to the restaurant, walked inside. There's like one table, and then I guess technically there's 2 tables, because there's one table of 2 people, and then there's another table with just one guy. But anyway, 3 people. Anyway, get here to the restaurant. I don't know. I guess Uber sends me the same order, or the order at the same time, because I don't know. I got here. It took me about 6 or 10 minutes to get here because there was traffic. You know what I mean? But I get here, the order's still not ready. It's like all the time with this restaurant. Like I don't know. Like I said, they changed the name and everything. So it's going through a rebranding and all that, but even before, like that's part of the reason I almost didn't even accept this order, because the dollar amount on it was kind of low. The mileage was good, but the restaurant was bad, you know. So the dollar amount for the amount of time it's going to take to get the order done and everything, you know, you have to factor all that in. You know what I mean? Like, I knew it was going to be showing up to the restaurant, and then when you show up to the restaurant, then they start the order. And I don't know why. There's a couple places that's how they operate, you know what I mean? But yeah, if for you as the driver, it's 20 minutes. It's an unnecessary wait to come here, have to sit here in the parking lot, wait for 20 minutes for the order to be ready, when, you know, it could have gotten fixed in the time it took you to drive there, maybe. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Like, I don't know. Some restaurants, they, you know, I get keeping the food fresh. You know what I mean? So they like wait for the driver to get there first, and then once the driver's there, then boom, we'll get it wrapped up and out. But I don't know. I looked at the order. It's a small chicken tender plate and a chicken sandwich with nothing on it. Like, no lettuce, no tomato, no. And it's just chicken on bread. Chicken on bread and some chicken tenders and some fries probably. Like, I don't know. But anyway, like, yeah, I walked in. They said, oh yeah, it's gonna be a few minutes, darling, you know. So I sat down, I waited a few minutes, and then I decided to walk back outside to, you know, to record this, because I don't know. But anyway, yeah, just kind of tuning in to let you know, you know what I mean, what it's like. But yeah, I don't know, something with this restaurant specifically, I don't know. That's why I said, like, I almost didn't even want to accept the order, because I knew I was gonna spend 20 minutes of downtime, you know. But alright, anyway, I don't know, I'm gonna hang out in the car for another couple minutes and walk back in there. I know it's been about 3 minutes now, but yeah, I don't know, it's just crazy. Honestly, I think it's Uber. Honestly sends me the order, that, like, the moment the customer places it, they immediately try to find a driver. You know, and then sometimes I'm the first driver that it goes to, I guess, you know what I mean? And then so I accept it, because it only gives you like 20 seconds to accept it or not, you know? So yeah, I'll accept it, and yeah. Oh no, man. All right, anyway, I'll give it another couple minutes and I'll walk back in there. Like I said, it's a chicken sandwich. That it's just a grilled blackened chicken on bread, and then a small chicken tenders plate. So I can only imagine, I bet it's like 3 or 4 tenders at the most, because it's a small. And even if they're like hand-breaded chicken tenders and everything, and then you have a couple other things going on, you know what I mean? I understand that. But there's like literally 3 other customers, you know what I mean? It's not like the restaurant's packed. But anyway, it's Friday at 12:30. You think it should be, you know what I mean? All right, so I was able to walk back in, and the order was actually like bagged up and ready for me when I walked back in, so it wasn't too bad. Anyway, it's in the back seat, and we're on our way there now. All right, so we just showed up here at the house. It's a really long driveway, so I'm gonna take y'all with for dramatic effect, because it's a really long driveway. I might have to like put it up to like triple speed. It's probably gonna take me like 3 minutes to walk all the way up to their door and then back, because I parked at the very end of their driveway. But anyway, just for dramatic effect, here we go. Like, the number one thing that I hate to see while driving, I'll tell you, like, the number one thing I hate to see, when I see somebody that's like twice my age, right? And they're not old enough to have enough common sense to know that you should put your turn signal on when you go to turn, like, especially like when you've got other people around you in their vehicles and everything, like, not even for yourself, you know, to just put the turn signal on. That's the whole thing. It's like, it's not for, you're not turning on the turn signal. I don't know. Anyway, it seems like it should just be like a common sense thing, you know, like, for me, I put my turn signal on most of the time before I even start braking for my turn. You know what I mean? Just to signal to any other driver. You know, granted, it's, you know, it's one thing if it's like 2, 3 a.m. and then you're like the only one on the road. You know, I can understand not using your turn signal. But it's just like, I don't know, dude. It should be like common sense, second knowledge, like just part of like muscle memory. Flip your turn signal on before you make a left or a right turn. I don't know. And then when you see somebody that's like clearly over 70 and they don't use their turn signal, you're like, okay, well, thanks for disrespecting every other driver around you, you know? All right, so we just made it back into town. We didn't even find a place to park in the shade yet. And I got another ping for this breakfast restaurant. I'm gonna go there, grab that. It's a 3.4 mile for $10. $10 3.4 mile on top of the 13 that we already had. The 13, okay, I don't know. Anyway, 13 and then another 10, we're at 23, and I need to make 30 on the day, so boom, boom, I'm already over 2/3 of the way there, and it's 12:56 now. Still gonna run over here to this restaurant, get through this traffic light that I'm currently stopped at, and hopefully it's ready. I don't know, man, because it's a breakfast place, but then it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so you know what I mean. And then it's Friday, not Saturday, Sunday. But yeah, usually this place, man, it's one of the places where you get there and then they start putting the order to, you know, they start putting the order together once you show up. So I don't know. Anyway, hopefully it's ready. I am like 60 seconds away from the place, like even from the time that they pinged me and everything. I was like, all I gotta do is go through this one light and I'm in the parking lot of the restaurant, basically. So yeah, I understand if it's not ready at the same time because I'm like 20 seconds away, you know what I mean? But hopefully it is ready. I haven't even looked at the order yet to see what they, you know, if they got pancakes or, you know, just scrambled eggs or a ham steak. I don't know. I just know it's at a country, they like a breakfast place, you know what I mean? And then look, see this stupid bitch right here. The light was green, I could have went straight, but they have to make a left turn and block the lane of traffic so that I couldn't even go through the green light going straight like I need to. Because that's how intelligent people are when they're behind the wheel. They just have no fuck for anybody else outside of their car. All right, with that, it puts us up to 23. Like I said, just completed. You saw me. Anyway, 23 in the bag. I need to make another 10, and it's 113. Not bad, not bad. I'm heading back into the city now. Well, I'm still kind of technically even in the city. It was still like, you know, it was like right up, one light up the road pretty much, just back in one of the neighborhoods right outside the city. So I've got about a mile and a half to get to a parking spot, you know, somewhere where I can catch an order, at least. Anyway, I'm heading there now. I'll tune back in with you on the next one. Here we go. All right. So it wasn't too bad. We got lucky. I was waiting about 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. I don't know. Just chilling and, you know, waiting in the parking lot over there. Anyway, got a $7 pickup order for Little Sneezers. So I'm about to walk into Little Sneezers right now. I think the mileage was like 9.6, so it wasn't really positive on the mileage, you know what I mean? But I took it because it's currently 153, 154. And yeah, there's not going to be a whole lot that's going to ping through. I mean, it is Friday, so, you know, it's going to be a little heavier because of that. But, you know, being the fact that, like, lunch is kind of over, you know what I mean? We're in between meals till 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, you know what I mean? But anyway, about to walk in here, grab this order, and get it banged out where it goes. About, like I said, 9 miles away, so it shouldn't take too long either way. And we're in the small town, so it should just be a breeze, you know, cruising at 55 the whole time. Anyway, walking in now. Alright, so the order was ready. I'm in the car now. I got that car fired up. And she's in reverse. We're on our way. Like I said, about 9 miles, 9.5 miles away. It shouldn't be too bad. Anyway, you know what I mean?
I don't, and you know it. Well, I guess that last one was the last one, at least before work, because it's already 4 o'clock now. I sat out there, I waited, I feel from like, I think it was like 2:30 until about 4, just waiting for another order to come through, but nothing ever did come through, so had to do what I could, and, you know, head back to the major city. I'm here at Circle K now, gonna run inside and get myself something to drink, but yeah, I gotta basically change my shirt and roll about 2 miles up the road, go to work, and actually clock in for the day here in about another 58 minutes. So I don't know. Well, I tried. I hit 30 at least. I was trying to break over 33, you know what I mean? Just to, you know, but 30 is, it's almost a good third at least, you know what I mean? But anyway, like I said, I'm gonna run in here, get something to drink, take y'all with me, and then I don't know, we'll see if I hit one after work. I don't know, we'll find out. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Figured I would check back in with you. It's after work currently. Went and did the day job, you know, with the you know, what I plan on trying to make the side gig, you know what I mean? Anyway, went and did that, fucked around for a little bit,
it was busy for Friday night. We pretty much had customers all the way up till close. One guy even come in like after close, pretty much, and I don't know. It looked like he came in and robbed. Looked like he came in and stole something. So I don't know. Anyways, not a whole lot we can. I don't know. We can't really confront people too much. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, like I just said, just got out of work, just hanging out for a little bit. I did log in. I tried to run another order, but they gave me, because they changed the market, right? Because where I'm at, like, they changed the market on me, and so they just keep wanting me to go to the other side of the interstate to get an order for some reason. One of the 20 restaurants that I'm basically already close by, you can't get an order for one of them. It's all other stuff up the street. Like there was one just came through. It was a Marco's Pizza, right? And it wasn't a bad drive. It's like the way I like to go and everything. But I'm sitting there, but because it's Marco's Pizza, I had to go up like fucking 10 lights to get it, and then come back down through all those 10 lights, go up the street another 5 lights. You know what I mean? It's fucking huge mess. And all they really wanted was pizza. You couldn't have just ordered at Papa John's or Domino's or Pizza Hut. You needed Marco's Pizza specifically. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Anyway, like, I would have took that order had it been like Pizza Hut or Papa John's, something that would have made sense. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But anyway, like I said, I logged on. They gave me 2 orders that I was like, nope. And the next one I was like, oh, hell no. So I don't know. Ended up just logging back off. I don't know. I'll have to hit it again tomorrow real hard. I'll probably have to start early. I don't know. This, that, the other. I don't know. But usually Saturday and Sunday I can make those both $50 days. And yeah, I did make at least 30 today. So all I'll have to do is make at least 35 on Saturday, 35 on Sunday minimum, Hopefully make more tomorrow, so that way there's, go back out on Sunday and only have to make like 20 more bucks would be nice. Yeah, like, I don't know. Even if I don't have to go back out on Sunday, I'll probably still go back out on Sunday just to make another 20 more, you know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, like I said, just wanted to hit y'all back up and let you know, finish the video out, close it off, and ask anybody, if you made it this far in the video, please subscribe, hang out with me, check out the channel. It's a new channel. Currently at 351 subscribers, trying to get my name out there, at least get to 1,000 subscribers, and then you won't hear me be asking all the time. But between now and then, I do apologize. Just bear with me. Like kind of have to do some advertising in the video because nobody else is advertising me. You know what I mean? I don't have a promoter or marketer, manager, you know what I mean? None of that. I don't plan on having any of that either, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know, guys. But anyway, thank y'all for tuning in, and please subscribe if you made it this far, man. I appreciate you. Tuning out. Have a good one.
Goodbye, my friend.
You have been the one. You have been the one for me.
You're gonna get this copy
stupid.
Then this is so stupid. And God, that's my phone.
I didn't think
To be continued.
The end. Good night, Stewie.
Don't read me books that you write.